For one-on-one personal software training or to build an application for your business, please visit our website codingins.com.
In this video, we will help you understand what programming language you would need to learn to be able to program websites or web applications. With web programming, you can aim to build simple websites such as a static page with some company details, or it can be as complex as application like WordPress, Wikipedia, ERP application, or CRM solutions and more. If you are interested in designing and making websites looking pretty, becoming a web designer would be a good option for you. And if you're interested in making complex web application and are keen to handle data, web development is the route to go. To start with, the first thing we need to learn is HTML and CSS. These are the nuts and bolts of web development that you will work with daily if you decide to build websites for a living. HTML is a markup programming language that we use to structure contents on our applications. Text, images, videos, and everything else you see on a web page is arranged with the help of HTML on a web page. And we use CSS or cascading style sheet to add styles to our website or our HTML content. For example, setting background colors and fonts, adding spacing, margins, etc. It may take up to 10 to 30 days to learn HTML and CSS properly. This is followed by JavaScript. JavaScript is a very important front-end programming language that allows you to implement complex features on your applications like animation, pop-ups, graph, etc. It may take up to 10 to 40 days for us to learn JavaScript properly. The demand for JavaScript is extremely high in the IT sectors. Once you learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript well enough, you can definitely call yourself a web designer, and you should be able to easily find yourself a job in an IT company. If you work hard enough, you can become a web designer in just 20 to 70 days. Now we'll talk about what to learn to become a web developer. Web developers work a little differently from web designers. With HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can build amazing websites. But if you want to create a web application where there is a lot of data involved, for example, Facebook, Wikipedia, or Amazon, a web developer comes into picture along with a web designer. To become a web developer, we need to learn at least one backend language and at least one RDBMS. The most common combination of an RDBMS and a backend language is PHP and MySQL. I prefer PHP and MySQL also because almost 75% of all the websites in the world are made in PHP and SQL. And yes, it's absolutely free to use. It may take us up to 10 to 30 days to learn PHP properly, and approximately 10 to 30 more days to learn SQL. Only after learning HTML and CSS we can fully understand where and how PHP and SQL is used. If you're interested in designing and you want to be a web designer, then you want to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript very well. However, if you are interested in data and web application, web development is the way to go. For web development, you definitely want to know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But you may not really have to master that because web designers will specialize in them. As a web developer, you want to master a backend language like PHP and RDBMS like MySQL. Now, these are the basic languages you want to know to program website. But once you are in, there are frameworks you may have to learn as per the projects you would be working on. But don't worry about that for now, that comes later. You can get great opportunities just by knowing the languages we've discussed. We've also uploaded some tutorial videos for you on YouTube. So see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.
For one-on-one personal software training or to build an application for your business, please visit our website codingins.com.